Hey, it's November 29, 9:34 a.m. So I was going to create a few videos last night to continue my short little true story document that will be out shortly. But I seem to, because I'm so dedicated and determined and I work very diligent, that I sometimes forget to rest. And last night, um, I was like, you know what, I have to rest, and I'm acting as a guide to all of you, so, some things are more powerful than words, and those are actions, and if I can't show it to, not only to myself, that I need rest when I'm tired or when I feel like I'm overdoing it, then all that stuff cannot come across properly. So, there's a lot that I'm going to be expressing in the next few days to a few weeks. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up because a lot of my videos are going to be extremely emotional, and I'm probably going to break down and like cry in all of them, or some of them, or whatever. But the truth is the truth, and my truth is the absolute truth, and I speak nothing but my truth, and I speak nothing but the ultimate truth. So in the next few videos that I post up, be it about my life, be it about how others have done these wrong things, or tried to kill me, or my own family tried to rip away what is my birthright, and everything else that I'm going to be explaining and talking about, you guys will be able to detect if I'm bullshitting. You guys are shamans and mystics, and you guys can even see shit if it's a lie or not. So this has to do with my growth, and it has to do with your growth, and this is why they need to be expressed. Keeping all this stuff inside of myself is not allowing you guys to grow, and the reasons why I believe I've had to go through all this turmoil and trauma constantly over and over again is because, yes, to clear my ancestral lineage, but also to be a guide and to help those who are going through the same process or are about to. When I was younger, I would have done everything I possibly could to find somebody who had gone through what I did and just at least guide me. So for me to be able to do it for you guys makes me feel like $1,000,000. So I just figured I'd get this across from now, and that you know what's about to come. Initially, this was meant to be written down, and I was going to publish this in a few books that I was going to create. I'm sure I'll still do it, but I want you guys to know how real that this is. I want you guys to know how real my life experiences have been, and how much it's affected my life in all areas, and how if I can make it through and still live, and still want to live, and still have faith and trust and love in my heart, then you guys can do it too, right? I mean, the amount of suicidal stories that I hear, and all this stuff over the smallest, tiniest things, when those children or those who committed suicide that were children did not feel cherished or supported by their family or by, the people that they love. So if we can be small units of people supporting each other or supporting those who are going through these things, we can prevent so many deaths, and we can prevent so many people from harming themselves and harming each other. Some of you have that, yes, you're shamans and mystics, but you also have you work in hospitals, and some of you work with sick kids and help children. And when I talk about spirits, and for those shamans who are trying to master healing and get to the root and deal with darker spirits or entities. Um, it all depends on how you view it and how you respond to those spirits. I mean, if you disrespect them, then they're gonna try to attack you on all levels. They can see, right? They're spirits. They can see your weaknesses and your strengths. So if you can get past the whole what's real and what's not real, and nurture that soul and take it to a higher state, then you can do it. You got to think of it as not what's happening. If it tries to attack you, it's not real. Nothing is more powerful than love. I mean nothing. No amount of destruction, no amount of pain, nothing is more powerful than love. And I can tell you guys from so much experience that I've gone through with that woman that did my DNA testing. If I tell you guys what she tried to do to me and what she tried to do to my ancestral lineage and how she tried to kill me and steal my DNA and attach it to hers, the thing, you'll only find it in Superman. You'll only find these stories in movies and fairy tales and superhero. I'm not kidding, this is not a joke. And all this is going to be expressed, and I'm going to be slowly explaining and expressing this so you guys know ahead of time how you're going to handle these situations. So you got to think of these spirits as a child being born into a family or into the hands of a mother who was not capable of nurturing this child, and because of that, this child went through the wrong stages in life and started self-depriving and self-abusing itself because it's trying to find a light. So the spirit hangs on to a person's energetic frequency. It could be a random stranger, it could be a family. And it clings on and it doesn't want to leave because that light that person carries in that energetic frequency is what is feeding it. So please see it as a child that needs nurturance and love rather than, even if it's not a child, it's still been wounded from childhood. Most people who have severe psychological problems or trauma or have gone into drinking or have gone into drugs or have gone into any type of pain at all, it has to do with their childhood. And when a soul dies, when a physical body dies, not a soul, when a physical body dies, doesn't matter what age, when that person dies, it continues off where it was when it died. So where that spirit, where that person was emotionally or energetically, it continues. If they weren't in a good state, they're gonna continue in that same level. Remember, vibration and energetic patterns, it's not a physical, it's spiritual. It's an energetic level. So that's where the spirit continues. So it's your aim and it's your responsibility to learn how to love these spirits regardless of what it tries to do to you or to others, and allow it to grow into a higher state of light. And I'm going to say light because unless they find the light or you take it to the light, they will not go back. You cannot take a child or you cannot take a soul that's trying to harm someone or harm someone else to the underworld if that is exactly what it's afraid of. It needs growth. There's a lot of confusion about this, and initially I didn't want to talk about it because this is something that you guys need to experience on your own until you realize, until you wake up to how to deal with certain entities or spirits, and how to love them and how to take care of them. It's going to keep continuing and it's going to keep trying to cling on to you guys. So none of this is to scare anyone, or none of it is made for any of that intention, but I just want you guys to know how every character and every spirit's issue is going to be different. I've been dealing with lonely spirits since I was a little girl, and I would go crying to my mom that there are these children with burnt faces. I can see them, and they're trying to take me to the graveyard and to take care of them and heal them. And my mom would just be like, oh, you're losing it, or just pray, it'll go away. Never did, until I learned that, why is it that these spirits are calling to me? Why do they need me? I'm a little girl too. Until I realized that this is why I'm here. This is why I've come to earth, to clear, to heal, and to help. Regardless, and I'm always going to help. I don't care if I'm not getting any money in return. To me, money is nothing. If you can see that unconditional love lies within you, the healer, then it doesn't matter if your friends around you or those people you are working on, it doesn't matter if you feel the love return, because you're acting as the guide for them, and for them, the only love that they know is the pain they inflict on you. That's what they know about love, whether it's conscious or unconscious. And you'll always be gifted in return. Something will always miraculously happen, and you will be gifted no matter what you think. So if you're the type of person who stays friends with people who try to harm you because you feel guilty or bad, or you want to guide them, you gotta either work, and this is either your experience to learn how to heal and how to deal with lower vibrational energies, or it's time for you to step above it and learn on who's right for you as a friend and who's not right for you as a friend, and what type of people are truly meant to be in your path. Because all you need is inspirational people. If you want to grow and you want your spirit to grow, you cannot have bloodthirsty people in your life that want to destroy you. You can't. Otherwise, you're going to stay in the same place. And that's why spiritual people should always stick together. And I'm actually talking about spiritual people who will do everything they possibly can to grow and stick together. And when I mean stick together, it means just to support each other. If you watch some of my videos, you can see that my face, sometimes it looks thinner, and sometimes I look very swollen. And that's because I'm taking on way too much energy. I'm taking on too many people's energies, and my face swells up because it's like all these energies are I'm like carrying all these different frequencies of all these people, because everybody tries to come to me for help, or be it in the spiritual realm or vibrational realm, or like people such as you guys or my family or whatever. Too many people need me or whatever, and it eventually, that's what happens. It's like my body tries to shield itself and protect me, and eventually what happens is, like, my intention is always good. I always do whatever I can to help, but there's only so much that I can do for other people, especially when all they do is just take, and they don't give back. So, not that I'm expecting it, but eventually what happens is, if I'm being taken advantage of constantly, or if I'm being abused in any way, shape, or form, those energies that are not mine, that are clinging onto me, eventually they start to spin and spin and spin, and it spits back out, and it'll like slam onto people. So that's why I always say, guys, you gotta do your work. You gotta do it. We're here to support each other, yes, but you gotta do your own work. And if you don't, you're never gonna learn, and you're never gonna grow. I need my own rest. You guys need your own rest. You guys need to learn what's right for you. You guys need to learn how to grow. You guys need to experience this on your own. And we shouldn't all just create these videos and tell each other what to do and all this stuff. But I'm just hoping that this entire YouTube channel that I've created is at least an inspiration and helps you understand more of where I come from, because everybody's like, you never talk about your personal life and your experiences. A lot of them have witnessed. Whoever has ever tried to be close to me, be it boyfriend, friends, family, or whatever, they've all encountered something supernatural or paranormal because of my presence. Every single one of you, even if they were atheists, they all start to believe in this higher power because of what is around me and the forces around me, be it the good, the bad, the light, the dark, whatever it is that you want to call it. They've all experienced it, and that's why they believe it, and that's why a lot of them are getting more into the spirits of chanting and learning more about themselves. So again, I'm giving you guys a heads up that I'm going to be creating a few documents or of my real life of all this, and I don't even know where to begin, because it's like the day I was born. Let me tell you the amount of events that have unfolded. I don't know how I'm still alive, and it's only because God has kept me alive. Oh joy, it's never-ending story, I'll tell you that. Never ever ending story. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the Friday and have a great weekend and rest up. Speak soon.